What's up, Planeswalkers? Theorix back with some more Magic the Gathering, not Arena. We're going to talk about some cards. I'm doing some more tests. As you can see, there's a camera now. There's a video of my face. But I don't know like how well it like actually records. I feel like it might be a little like laggy. So that's the thing. But yeah, essentially, I wasn't able to record yesterday because I recorded an entire draft and there were a ton of problems. I'll get in more for that on Thursday's video, because technically Wednesday doesn't get a video. I'm doing this just for like research purposes. Also, the white balance is garbage. That's fine. This is a test. Anyway, we're just going to talk really quick about some random Guild of Ravnica cards. Nullhide Ferox is a 4-mana 6/6 beast. I'm very glad it's a beast, because I have a Mael EDH deck, and they keep printing dinosaurs, lizards, I'm sure there's something else, but they keep printing things, not as beasts, but as other things. And I need more beasts because I'm stupid, and I decided to make the Mael deck like flavorful, so I'm not just playing like Avacyn and stuff. But this card's good. It is hexproof. It's already good. You can't cast non-creature spells. Obviously, you're not going to want to play this in something like Boggles, which is very important that they gave it that extra thing, so it can still be a good card that you're not able to just dump stuff on as easily. But you still can. It'll just cost you more. So it has that nice ability, loses all abilities until end of turn. Anyone can access this. That's really nice because it also just means that your opponents can interact with it. They just have to pay more for the thing. So if they want to Vraska's Contempt it, they're going to have to pay 2 extra mana. It's going to be a 6 mana Vraska's Contempt, right? Yeah, and then it also has like the Obstinate Baloth Lockstone Smiter thing where if it would be discarded, you can go ahead and put it right into play. So if Bolas sees play in Standard, this card is probably also going to see play in Standard. Additionally, this card just might be good enough for Modern. Like, if Liliana, like, because of the new, like, Abrupt Decay card, Assassin's Trophy, maybe we'll see more Jund, and if we see more Jund, we'll be seeing more Liliana of the Veil, and Liliana of the Veil makes you discard, and if you're choosing this card to discard, boom, right into play. Shout out to that sweet autofocus. I'm not entirely sure because you do have like the green-white decks that already play Lockstone Smiter and Whitleaf Liege. I don't know if they're going to want to play this over something like Siege Rhino. If it's just the green-white version, I can see that. But I play Siege Rhino with Whitleaf Liege because that is some powerful magic. Next up, we have Beast Whisper. This card I essentially just want to talk about in the context of a deck that I don't even play. Shout out to losing part of my beard. That's fine. This might make Modern Elves more playable. And the reason I say that is essentially it acts as a Glimpse of Nature, which is currently banned. They do have Beck, part of Beck and Call, and it does cost 2, but it does cost blue. The fact that this is an elf maybe means that they're going to be okay paying 4 mana for this and trying to elf ball into what the heck is that thing called? I don't know, big ugly thing that gives everything +X in trample. Can't remember what it's called, but that's maybe where I see this slotting in. I don't actually know if it's good enough. I don't play elves, so I don't know. Next up is Chemist's Insight. The only reason I'm actually including this card is because I think it's like the strongest jumpstart card we've seen so far. This replaces essentially Glimmer of Genius in my Bolas control deck. And the ability to just like turn a late game land into 2 other cards is very helpful. Even though this is technically like 8 mana, discard a card, draw 4. You're spreading that out over the course of the game, and if you're going to be wanting to hold up mana consistently to be able to counter your opponent's spells, I think this card's gonna be a fantastic include into any like blue control deck. This card is funny. That's essentially the only reason I want to talk about it. I guess Asperia brings all the guilds together. At some point, she gets murdered, as shown by the Assassin's Trophy, but it's just a fun gate card. I like the idea of them bringing back the gates. I have a friend, James, who loves gates, and I can't wait for him to put this into an EDH deck where he runs Maze's End for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about that card. Goblin Cratermaker. This card can answer Eldrazi. It can answer colorless planeswalkers like Karn and Ugin. It can't make craters. Craters are made in the ground. This can't hit lands. That's pretty much it. Deafening Clarion potentially replaces not Anger of the Gods, Sweltering Suns. But essentially, in order to do that, it will need to be in like a Jeskai control deck, and I could see that being a thing, right? Like, you do have Ral, you do have Teferi, you're not losing Settle the Wreckage. I can definitely see a Jeskai deck being good. I'm hoping that they give something to black, because I don't want to play Jeskai. I want to play Bolas control. But yeah, I mean, this is a 3 mana, 3 damage board wipe. I think it's probably going to be relatively strong. Ionize. Speaking of Jeskai control, this is like kind of the replacement to Disallow, except like not. I don't know if this is worth being a rare. I feel like this is fine at uncommon. We had the Dimir one, and I think the Dimir one's just better unless you're actively playing a counter burn deck. It does deal damage to the controller, but it's not dealing damage to a creature, right? Like, if this said deal like 2 damage split amongst creatures that player control, or yeah, creatures that player controls, I think the card would actually be like good. But as it is, I don't see it being played in a control deck. I actually think that the Dimir one is more likely to be in a control deck, because fixing your draws is, in my opinion, more important than getting through for chip damage on your opponent, unless you're playing a counter burn deck with something like Goblin Electromancer. So I talked a little bit about this the other day. You can Goblin Electromancer into Gutter Snipe and then just hold up control spells for the rest of the game and just burn your opponent out. You don't even technically need the Electromancer if you just have Gutter Snipe and then you just refuse to let your opponent do anything. That deck runs as many counter spells as it can. It'll run like bounce effects like Blink of an Eye, things like those. And probably it'll end up running a few of the what the heck is the rebuy thing called? Jumpstart. That mechanic's name just does not fit at all. But it probably runs some of the Jumpstart cards to make sure it can keep the gas going after it draws like lands. So I definitely see that deck being similar in power level to Blue-Red Wizards, in that it'll be good. It'll get there sometimes. But based on what we've seen so far, I don't think it's there yet. But I am hopeful, because that's a cool deck. I've talked about Assassin's Trophy already. This card's strong. I am really looking forward to playing Abzan in Standard. Why Abzan and not something else? Because I am stupid and I like to play very specific things. Is my audio being super loud? I think I might be too close to my mic. As you guys can see, my mic is right here. It's really cool. But yeah, this card's got to see play. I'm sure of it. Probably down to Legacy. Like, I'm not even kidding. Niv Mizzet Perrin. This card's good. Can't be countered, which means there may be a blue-red, like, late game deck. The can't be countered is either supposed to be on, like, low-end things that make it difficult for your control opponent to deal with, or high-end things for the control mirror. The thing is, this requires so many blue and red pips that you aren't really going to be able to play this in Jeskai or Grixis control. You would really need to be playing this in a blue-red deck. Could you have this as like your top end in a counter burn deck? Maybe. But I would suggest not, because in a counter burn style deck, you want to get down those low end creatures that are constantly dealing damage to your opponent, and then just refuse to let your opponent play anything. This, since it doesn't have flash, requires you to tap out, and then your opponent could play something. If it's an instant sorcery, you get to draw a card, but still, right? Like, I don't think does enough in that style deck. So we essentially have to see, is it alone have enough for a tempo or control deck to see this like actually work? And I don't know if that's the case. It's definitely cool for like EDH and stuff, but I don't know if I would put it in Standard. Maybe you just play it in Dragons. Because I mean, Sarkhan helps this. Like, all you just need is like 3 blue essentially, right? Maybe if you're just doing Grixis Dragons with the red dragons and then this and Bolas, right? Maybe that works out. Don't actually know. Yeah, what I've noticed when recording is that it seems things lag a little bit, but not when I re-looked at the recording. But there's still a little bit of lag. So if there is lag, that's fine. I'm working on it. I just wanted to essentially get a video out to kind of apologize for the lack of video yesterday. I did some setting changes, and I did not notice that my OBS was recording like the top left of the draft screen. And then when I played a single game off camera, and I won with the draft deck. And then the 2 games that I recorded I lost, and it definitely like was very like a negative feel. So I didn't want you guys to sit through that. I might put it up on like I don't know, as a secret video or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's been my thoughts on some Guilds of Ravnica cards. Let me know what cards you're excited about that maybe I didn't talk about, or the ones that I did. As I said, this camera thing is just checking some settings and whatnot. Things will change. I will probably never like actually use this. This is more seeing if I'm able to like use it to stream and stuff like that. But I was recording. It's fine. It's fine. You're not going to be seeing my face all the time. This is just a test. Yeah. If you guys like the video, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast one of those comments to the comment section down below. And until next time, all will be one.